Hi there, I'm Telva, and welcome back to Telva's Toolbox for Surface Pattern Designers. Today we're tackling the myths that are keeping talented designers from getting licensed. These are beliefs that sound right, feel good, and are absolutely wrong when it comes to commercial success. I'm debunking the biggest color myths I hear repeatedly and showing you what actually works in the real world of licensing and retail. If you've been wondering why your beautiful work isn't selling, one of these myths might be the culprit. In this video, we're examining 5 deeply held beliefs about color that sound artistic and noble, but will kill your commercial success. These myths feel true because they protect our egos and validate our creative choices. But art directors and retail buyers don't care about our feelings. They care about what sells. Before we start, grab the free download, Digital Color Demystified for Surface Pattern Design. It breaks down the technical side of color that most of these myths misunderstand. See the link below. Why these myths persist. Let's talk about why these myths are so common. They're comfortable. They let us avoid market research and call it artistic integrity. They're reinforced in online communities where everyone's struggling together. They protect us from the vulnerability of trying and potentially failing commercially. But here's the hard truth. Believing these myths lets you stay busy without being myth successful. You can spend years creating beautiful work that never gets licensed because you're following advice that sounds right but doesn't reflect how the industry actually works. Today, we're replacing the myths with reality. Myth number 1. I don't believe in following trends. I'm original. This is the big one. The myth that sounds the most noble and artistic of all. Here's what designers tell me. I create from my heart, not from trends. Following trends is a sellout. I want to be original, not derivative. Trends are for people with no vision. The reality, trends aren't about copying, they're about timing. Art directors buy work that's relevant to their product calendar, usually 12 to 18 months out. If your original color palette uses hues that were trending 3 years ago, you're not original, you're late. If your palette happens to align with upcoming trends, you're not selling out, you're commercially intelligent. The hard truth, buyers don't purchase original in a vacuum. They purchase work that fits their market timing, brand positioning, and consumer expectations. Your originality lives in your motifs, your style, your perspective, not in not in ignoring what colors are resonating with consumers right now. You can be wildly original within trend-aware color strategy. The most successful designers do exactly that. What following trends really means. Let's clarify what trend awareness actually looks like versus what people fear it might mean. It's not copying other designers' exact palettes, abandoning your aesthetic entirely, or chasing every micro-trend frantically, letting Pinterest dictate your work, for example. But it is understanding color direction 12 to 18 months ahead, knowing what temperature, saturation, and contrast levels are gaining traction, seeing which color families are showing up across multiple markets, adapting those insights to your design perspective. Here's an example. The trend forecast says warm, muted earth tones with mineral accents. You don't abandon your style. You interpret that direction through your own lens. Your florals use those colors. Your geometrics use those colors. Your aesthetic stays intact. Your market timing becomes relevant. That's strategic, not selling out. Myth number 2. Color is subjective. It's all personal preference. This myth sounds sophisticated and artistic, But what designers say? Color is subjective, so there's no right or wrong. Everyone responds to color differently. You can't predict what people will like, and it's all just personal taste. However, the reality is color psychology is measurable, repeatable, and culturally predictable. Yes, individuals have preferences, but populations show consistent patterns. Warm colors create measurable increases in heart rate and energy perception. Cool colors measurably reduce stress indicators. Saturation levels predictably affect perceived price points. High contrast universally reads as more energetic than low contrast. The business reality is retailers spend millions of dollars on color research because it's not subjective, it's data. They know exactly which colors sell in which categories, which seasons, and in which demographics. When you say color is subjective, you're saying, I choose to ignore the research that could make me successful. That's not artistic, that's uninformed. Myth number 3, if it looks good on screen, it's fine. This myth comes from designing digitally without understanding production. What designers believe: my iPad shows the colors perfectly. If it looks good on my monitor, buyers will love it. Digital is how everyone views work now anyway. Print issues are the manufacturer's problem, not mine. And the reality? RGB screens show colors that are literally cannot exist in CMYK print. Oversaturated screen colors print muddy, dull, or harsh. Art directors instantly recognize designers who don't understand print limitations. Products are physical objects. Screen appearance is irrelevant if it can't be reproduced. The professional standard: work in CMYK mode or use Pantone text libraries from the start. Test print your palettes on your target substrate. Understand total ink coverage limits. Know which colors shift most dramatically from screen to print. When art directors see that you understand production, you become someone they can work with confidently. When they see you only design for screens, you're eliminated. Myth number 4, more colors give buyers more options. This myth sounds so generous and helpful. Some people think if I give them 12 colors, they can pick what works. More options show my range. Variety proves I'm not limited. Buyers appreciate choices. The reality: professional palettes are edited, not exhaustive. Too many colors suggest lack of confidence or vision. Art directors want to see your color expertise, not your indecision. Most successful commercial palettes use only 5 to 7 colors maximum. Why this restraint works: it forces you to make strategic color decisions. It shows that you understand hierarchy and contrast. It's easier for buyers to visualize across products. It demonstrates professional editing skills. The test: if you can't explain the strategic role of each color in your palette, you have too many colors. Each color should have a job: anchor, signature, contrast, accent. No passengers. Myth number 5, I should design in colors I love. This myth protects our comfort zone. What designers believe: I do my best work in colors that I love. Authenticity means using my favorite colors. I can't create good work in colors I don't like. My passion shows through when I use my palette preferences. The reality: your favorite colors and commercially successful colors might not overlap. Professional designers work in palettes that aren't personally their taste all the time. Your job is solving the buyer's problem, not expressing your color preferences. The market doesn't care about your favorite colors. It cares about what sells to their customers. Let's reframe it. Challenge yourself to create excellent work in colors outside your comfort zone. That's when you grow as a designer. Learn to love the problem-solving aspect more than the colors themselves. Your personal work can use your favorite colors. Your commercial work needs market-appropriate colors. Understanding the difference is what separates hobbyists from professionals. What all these myths have in common? Notice the pattern? Every myth prioritizes the designer's comfort over market reality. Every myth sounds like artistic integrity, but functions as avoidance. Every myth keeps you feeling good about staying unsuccessful. The uncomfortable truth? Commercial success requires subordinating your preferences to their market needs. That doesn't mean abandoning your style. It means channeling your style through commercially viable color strategy. The designers who succeed aren't more talented. They're more willing to align their work with market reality while maintaining their creative voice. You can have artistic integrity and commercial success, but you can't have commercial success while clinging to myths that protect your ego at the expense of your income. Let's replace the myths with market reality. Here's what to believe instead. Instead of trends are selling out, believe trend awareness as professional timing. Instead of color is subjective, believe color psychology is measurable and actionable. Instead of screen colors are fine, believe print-ready color is professional standard. Instead of more colors are better, believe strategic editing demonstrates expertise. Instead of my favorite colors should lead, believe market-appropriate colors are my professional responsibility. These beliefs move you from comfortable to successful. They're harder. They require research, testing, and market awareness. But they work. The professional mindset? Here's the shift that successful designers make. Does this palette reflect my personal aesthetic? Professional mindset. Does this palette solve my target buyer's problem? Amateur mindset. I created this from my heart. Professionals. I recreated this from market research and applied my creative perspective. Amateurs. If buyers don't like my work, they don't get me. Professionals. If buyers don't license my work, I haven't positioned it correctly for their needs. This isn't about becoming soulless or abandoning creativity. It's about channeling your creativity strategically towards commercial success. Your unique perspective is still valuable, but only when it's delivered in a format buyers can actually use. The real cost of these myths? Let's be concrete about what these myths cost you. Myth 1. You miss buying windows because your work is mistimed. Lost opportunity is in the thousands in potential licensing fees. Myth 2. You make color choices without strategic foundation. The result? Work that doesn't resonate with target demographics. Myth 3. Art directors question your production knowledge. Result? You're not taken seriously as a professional. Myth 4. Your palettes look indecisive and amateurish. Result? Buyers move on to designers who show clear vision. Myth 5. You limit yourself to markets that match your own personal taste. The result? You miss 80% of potential opportunities. Each myth you hold costs you real income. These aren't philosophical debates. They're business obstacles. Here's your myth-busting action plan. Let's move forward. Step 1. Identify which myths you've been believing. Be honest, we all hold at least one of these. I know I did when I first started. Step 2, choose one myth to actively challenge this month. Don't try to fix everything at once. Step 3, research the reality. If it's the trend myth, study actual trend forecasts. If it's the print myth, test your colors and CMYK. Step 4, create one collection deliberately designed to challenge your myth. If you don't believe in trends, create a trend-aware collection. If you love bright colors, create a muted, sophisticated palette. Step 5, track what happens. Does the market-aware work perform differently than your myth-based work? Let results, not feelings, guide your next decisions. Download Digital Color Demystified to understand the technical reality behind these myths. Choose your path. You're at a decision point right now. You can keep believing these myths. They're comfortable. They protect your ego. They let you blame the market instead of examining your strategy. Or you can embrace market reality. It's harder. It requires research and adaptation, but it leads to licensing deals and income. Here's the truth. The most successful surface pattern designers aren't the most talented. They are, however, the most willing to align their work with market needs while maintaining their creative voice. You don't have to choose between artistic integrity and commercial success, but you do have to choose between comforting myths and market reality. Which path are you choosing? That's it for this video. If this challenged some beliefs you've been holding, good. Make sure you're subscribed and grab Digital Color Demystified below to understand the technical side of these myths. Join my exclusive newsletter for surface pattern designers where I share more real talk insights, helpful tips, tools, and techniques straight from Telva's Toolbox. Next time we're covering how to recolor a design.